I think it's a different market. When you're where you guys are, you don't have to really rely on a convention to get a client. You just have a place.
I think social media is what changed it. Because if it wasn't for Instagram, I think we would be dependent on conventions. But I feel like we're not because like there's no need. I could access more people than are in that place right now through my phone. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost it kind of defeats the purpose. And I'm just not a fan of packing my shit, throwing it in the box, throwing it in my trunk. Driving a couple hours, setting up, redoing
uncomfortable is crazy.
Yeah, waking up the next day, pulling up to the convention again. Some of my shit's missing. I gotta go rebuy it. Yeah, bro. Like I'm just not a fan, bro. We might do Philly. Y'all doing Philly?
No, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
But if you do Philly and we don't do Philly, let me know, man.
No doubt. Yeah, I think we want to do Philly.
Philly.
At least to do like one a year. You know what I mean? Just for like the sake of like the networking aspect of it. You feel me? Not even for clients, but just
the
to be a part of the community, I guess. You know.
Have the team out there. Asbury Park.
Word.
And it is at least it's
The
like
Asbury Convention's a good one, right? I've heard good things about it. I've never attended it, but I've heard this is probably the best one in Jersey specifically. It's between Asbury and Wildwood.
They changed it.
What do you mean?
Like it's not in Asbury no more. Yeah, no.
Oh, what? Well, since when?
It was in Long Branch. It's like right down the road, but
it's
but it's not titled Asbury anymore.
No,
not technically. Oh,
it's Asbury at Long Branch.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. The title is still Asbury Tattoo Convention.
Yeah. But like it used to happen downtown. So downtown, bro, during the summer, bro, during that time, the walking traffic is insane. You know, there's no parking lots, and people park here to walk to the beach.
True.
You know what I mean?
How close are we to the beach right now?
2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
on a walk would be like maybe 30. 20?
Nah, less than
20?
that.
10 minutes? 10
Yeah,
minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
That's crazy because it don't feel like it. It feels like we're like in the middle of a city. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, to grab one of those scooters, you're there in 2 minutes.
What?
Because they have electric scooters for the whole town. So like you could
like the local ones that just sit around?
Yeah.
See, our city's bad. We can't have those.
No.
They took them out.
You guys had them?
We had those for like 2 months, bro, and we fucked it up.
That's
Not we. I had no parts to that, but
You so happy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We watched them come and go. Yeah, exactly, bro. They was like, nah, we can't trust you guys with
Bro,
this
you
shit.
guys need a few gays over there, and then they will fix the city.
That probably might help.
Bro, nothing happens here, bro.
That's crazy.
This area is really good for a convention for a lot of reasons. A lot of young people. It is right by the beach. You got people moving around.
I feel like those aspects combined definitely sound like they make for a good
the
area
bars,
for that.
bro. The bar hopping, people will get lit and they will go to the convention to get tatted.
That's crazy. I've actually, this is my first time stepping foot in Asbury. I've never been in Asbury Park before.
You've never even been in here before?
I've never been in the city at all.
Wow.
Like I've never even driven through this city, like at all. I've never been to Asbury Park.
What do you think about it so far?
I think it makes my city feel like shit. It makes Elizabeth look like,
Damn, bro. Dinero, we want to welcome you then.
Word. We appreciate you.
Well, time out. Where is Monsters of Ink?
Monsters Inc. is in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I like to think we're a hidden gem because, like, man, the city is not. How do I explain it, man? Like, Elizabeth is a complex city. We're very close to New York, so we get a lot of like. Our vibe is very similar, It's a very dense town too. Like it's a very small town with a population of 150,000, and I mean like really, really small. Like it's a tiny city, bro. And for that many people, like it's very dense, and like you kind of get like, I don't know, like a little bit of the vibe from New York because it's a mainly Spanish city, you know what I mean? A lot of Colombians, a lot of Dominicans, a lot of partying going on. The most famous club in New Jersey is in Elizabeth, which is Barcode. So, you know what I mean? That attracts a lot of people. It's just also like, ghetto to an extent. You know what I mean? Like there's probably a couple parts of town you shouldn't walk around if you got jewelry on and shit like that,
I'll tell you what, man, this area was, believe it or not, I mean, you see it today, it used to be not like nice. This area
I
has
got
really
jumped down the street when I was a bartender.
You can still, yeah. You walk a little bit that way, a couple miles, not even, and you might find yourself with a little bit of.
Really, it don't seem like it.
Doesn't
definitely
seem
feels
like
the kind of place you want to raise
nice
a kid.
Area is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's two sides of Asbury.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the colorful side and the dark side.
Okay. So we're on the colorful side. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean,
we're in the cusp.
I would say that.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think being able to establish culture is something that this shop has done a really good job of. And even just being in Elizabeth, your melting pot is different. you have a whole different pool of people.
It
right?
definitely really is. It's funny though, because I feel like in Elizabeth, like I don't tattoo people from Elizabeth, like at all. Like the only people from Elizabeth that go to the shop is like, hey, we want matching infinity signs, or hey, I want my girl's name real quick, or hey, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
like I feel like it's not. How do I say this? Like, there's not people looking for works of art very often. You know what I mean? Like all my great clients, all the best people I've met, bro, flew in, drove in, commuted. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I love Elizabeth. My favorite part about Elizabeth too is like the township is very lenient. Like, bro, I've tried to move shop like 6 times, and every single time that I try, they make us, bro, like they've made me want to jump off a fucking bridge. Like, I be tired of it, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna attempt anymore. Like, Elizabeth has just made it so easy. Not in a sense of like they don't care, but just like, bro, they're just more understanding. You know what I mean? I feel like the people in City Hall and the people running shit are more down to earth, maybe a little younger too, so they're probably more adaptive to what's going on out here. You know what I mean? Like other townships are looking at it like, oh no, you guys are the devil. You guys are gonna bring the bikers, the gangbangers, the fucking
The strippers and shit.
Exactly. And it's like, bro, I sustain
Tattoos?
communities.
Yo, bro, tattoos are
I've been
labeled
telling
as
these people,
strip
like,
clubs.
bro, I tried to open up shop in 3 different cities. Everybody's trying to make me jump through hoops. I'm like, yo, you guys are playing yourselves, bro. My clients travel in, meaning they're gonna get gas in your town, they're gonna get food in your town, they're gonna fuck around and spend the night here, chill here, maybe get some drinks in your town. They're gonna add thousands or hundreds of dollars, thousands, because off the rip they came to me. They're spending $2,000, and now they're gonna buy gas. Now they're gonna buy this food. Now they're gonna get this coffee. Now they're gonna order this shit. Now they're gonna see this little
everything.
store. They might stop here. Next thing you know, they're $3,000 deep in your economy. They brought money from their economy to your economy, and every single day I'm bringing in somebody new. So I'm like, yo, I'm literally single-handedly helping sustain our local economy, and you guys are telling me to fuck off? Like, that's crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
1,000,000%.
it's ridiculous, bro.
I mean, that sounds good. Just even having a township, it sounds like young people. I mean, you're a young guy. You have a business in the first place. Like, how long have you been tattooing? Because you're an owner of Monsters Inc., correct?
It's hard to explain, man. I started tattooing at 15, but it wasn't like something I was doing like for real. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of in my mother's basement. I was just doing it on friends. I've always known how to draw. So even before I started tattooing, I had a line of people that was like, yo, I would let you tattoo me right now. And like, it wasn't taken very serious. So like, I don't know. It's a hard question to answer because even though I was tattooing, it was just with no guidance. It was just a YouTube video or two. And it was like not being taken serious because I was doing a lot of other things on the side that probably weren't very legal. But other things had my genuine focus. Tattooing was like, all right, this is fun. I like to draw. Everything else is where I was more focused at. You know what I mean? I really started taking tattoos seriously like 8 years ago. I want to say like 8 years is when I was finally like, man, like I got to do something with my life that can be sustainable. And I decided this, you know, like I tried other things. I've tried. I had a grocery store. I had a clothing
No shit.
brand. I had
The businessman.
Wow,
I
no
sold
kidding.
weed. I grew weed. I did a lot, man, and everything. Like, I feel like nothing really works until you find something you're passionate about. You know what I mean? Because even though something's making money, even though something's like, even if it's working, if you don't really love what you're doing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's going to be longevity in it because how long could it be sustained if you're not enjoying it or you're not happy doing it? You know what I mean?
You're gonna be at war with yourself
True.
in that peaceful world.
Basically,
but,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
everybody loves money, but you know, it's more to life than money. You got to enjoy the process of getting to the money.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you know, it just feels empty. But
No, but it's cool because like I feel like you have that business mentality background, which a lot of artists don't have, and that puts you on the. I mean, to me, I met you a few years ago, man, and I met a lot of artists, right? But you're one of the only ones that knows the difference between business and art and how to like get to certain points. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's what set me. That's kind of what set me up for success. I feel like I kind of hit the ground running, and
You're a
and,
realist.
and it's worked out for me from, you know, since I feel like the shop's done well since day one. You know what I mean? Our first year was a 6-figure year. You know what I mean? It was never really, and it's because of that. It's because I feel like I came into it already with a knowledge of business and art. So now I just combined them and I kind of made it work.
You've seen a lot of great artists try to do it, and you know,
And fail because they missed the most important aspect of
They're
it.
not
I feel
you.
like the business is more important than the art these days. Just because it's like, you could be the biggest talent in the world. If nobody knows you, then who the fuck is going to buy the product? You know what I mean? Like, it's essential.
So it sounds like art's always kind of been, at least since you're a teenager, kind of been like the thing.
A
So,
child, man,
yeah.
since a baby. My mom says I've been drawing since like 5.
Shit, that's lit. That's lit.
So I mean, if you don't mind, take me through the trail. Like you got a grocery store?
Yeah, bro, I've had a lot, man. I've done a lot of things in life,
Okay.
bro. It took a lot to get here, man. I started, like I said, I started tattooing at like 15, and then I started tattooing even before that, to be honest. I might have been like 14 or 15. It was real young. And then I was selling weed on the side. I was doing a bunch of shit. And the tattooing was cool, but the weed was actually making money. And then my mom didn't like anything about what was going on. She would always, you know what I mean? Like she was very
mom doesn't
unsupportive
like
of it. And I completely understand now. At the time, I had resentment about it, but now I get it. But she was always like, oh, as long as you're under my roof, you're going to abide by these rules. And it was one that, bro, at like 15, I was able to move out. I was like, all right, so you know what? I'm off your roof. I'm out of here. I moved out. I got my own apartment. I was tattooing and still selling weed on the side, but selling weed just became really, really big. And then it went from, you know, a couple eighths and dimes to a couple pounds.
And then you
And
move,
then-
right?
Yeah, bro. I forgot all about tattooing for a while, bro. Like it was just so, I was just in too deep with other shit that it was just like tattooing just didn't make sense. I didn't feel comfortable having people in my house. I didn't feel comfortable dealing with strangers and knowing what else I got going on at the same time. So I just forgot about it, bro. Eventually it became bigger and bigger and bigger and growing it and doing all this shit. I moved to California. And then during that process, I owned I was just looking for other shit to do with my money. Like I owned a grocery store. Me and my friend went half on a grocery store. I found out I don't really care for bacon, egg, and cheeses and coffees that much, so that didn't work out. A little further down the line, I tried the clothing brand, but I feel like that's almost like trying to become a rapper or an actor.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a 1 in a million thing. You know what I mean? Like we put a lot of energy and effort into it, but I feel like it wasn't like I said, it's almost like trying to become an athlete or a rapper. Like, yo, there's a million guys that are going to be good at it. There's a handful that are going to actually get somewhere. So we gave that up quickly, man. And then I felt like everything just like, I didn't know what else to do, bro. And it was just obvious to me, like, yo, you're not going to sell weed forever. Like, that's not sustainable. That's not logical. Eventually, I got locked up. Everything hit the fan. People got indicted. People got arrested. Everything, all the dominoes fell. And I just got to a point where it was like, bro, like, I got to do something with my life. And I got to figure it out right fucking now. And then I just turned back to tattooing, man, and I haven't looked back, bro. Like I said, hit the ground running. I feel like during the process of all the other shit I did, I picked up so many, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've met so many people that I learned business here, I learned business there. I learned business in like 6 different fields because I learned it in the drug industry, a little bit of groceries, a little bit of clothing, a little bit of just hanging around certain people, you know what I mean? And I feel like I picked up enough that when I gathered it all and put it with something that I was passionate about, it was kind of like,
Yeah, it clicked.
it was out of here.
So at what age, though?
Yeah, like, well, you're tattooing for a while, and then were you tattooing in another shop before you opened up your own, or were you just full steam ahead?
I tried another shop. That's pretty much what started it. Like originally, when I first decided at like 20 something that I was gonna say like, no, I'm gonna be a tattoo artist in my life. At first, I was still being stubborn. I didn't go to a shop. I opened a private studio with my boy, and we worked it for a few months, and then we kind of came to the conclusion, like, this is kind of stupid. Like, we have no guidance. Like, even though we've been doing this for a while, like, we have absolutely no guidance. We have nobody to educate us. We have nobody to correct us when we're wrong. We have nobody to look up to. You know what I mean? It was just like, yo, like, even though it was making a couple dollars, it was still like, yo, this is kind of stupid. Like, I don't see growth happening here. You know what I mean? Like, I see us being stagnant. Maybe a little bit of growth, but it's not enough to feel proud of. You know what I mean? So we just kind of said, fuck it. I closed that little studio down, and then I went to go work in a shop. And I want to say I was there for like 6 to 8 months. I just didn't like the way that, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't even want to speak negatively on them because they did give me an opportunity at the end of the day, you know? Like, they did, I guess, they were a big part of the story to where I'm at, so I don't want to throw shade on them. I just don't like the way things were ran. I didn't like the way things were being done. I didn't feel like things were done fairly. I felt like a lot of stuff in the situation was kind of like people were having power trips, and I didn't want to be a part of their power trip. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I just eventually kind of was like, I just felt like I felt like I noticed everything being done wrong, and I felt like I can correct those things myself. You know what I mean? And I just kind of got to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm good off this. Like, I'm going to just go do this. Like, I had the funds for it. I had the patience for it. I started building a clientele. I went viral on a video since I was working at that shop. Like, I reached out to an influencer. I traded him a tattoo for a skit. And that skit went on Ink Magazine. That skit was on Rob Dyrdek's Ridiculousness on TV. That skit was on fucking Univision, the fucking news channel in like, I don't know what Spanish country.
With his fat dude, right?
Yo, bro, yeah, with Mike Ruga. That's my brother, man. Shout out Mike Ruga. He's a good dude.
He's funny.
And
funny
it's funny as hell, bro. And that video went so viral, bro. I swear to God, that video just started the slope. Because it was flat for a long time. And then I swear to God, that video was single-handedly what changed the angle and made it start going up.
Did that make you realize something?
Yeah, bro. Marketing is everything, bro. You could have, like I said, you could be the most talented guy in the world. If you're stuck under a rock,
nobody's going to see
you.
you.
How's anyone going to know about you? You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy because that's what made me feel like marketing is even more important than talent, because I kind of sucked at the time. And I managed to pull out, bro, I was pulling clients out of my ass, and it was like off this video. And it just goes to show you, like, you know what I mean? Like, even without the skill, marketing can get you there. So imagine both, you know, like both combined is fucking lethal.
Yo, and what you don't know is that every time you market and then you do to perfection. You know what I mean?
It's a skill like any other. You eventually get better at it.
You build it.
Everyone sucks at first, you know, and you got to just keep doing it because eventually you get good at it, just like anything else, just like tattooing. Our first tattoos probably were fucking.
But a lot of people nowadays think they're just gonna be great. Like I encounter a few people that they've been tattooing for like.
That's good though, because if everybody was motivated and ambitious, then we wouldn't stand out. You know what I mean? So we need certain people to not be cut for it, because if everybody's cut for it, then what's the point of doing it? You know what I mean?
Crazy.
That's what's beautiful about it though, is only a select few are gonna keep it riding are gonna ride it out until it gets to that point of success. Most of them are gonna stop, most of them are gonna fall off, most of them are gonna be unmotivated, and then the select few that make it to you know, those are the ones that thrive. Everybody else got to sit back and watch.
So you basically, I mean, and respectfully, it sounds like this is like lifetimes. I mean, you're a young man though. I mean, for the most part, own a spot. That's why I was wondering about your runway, because I mean, it sounds like it was like a couple months, like not even a year. Usually you'll hear what you're telling me, but plus a few years, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was a lot of things built up to it. You know what I mean? It happened quick, but I feel like the build up took years. You know what I mean? Because it was life experiences outside of tattooing that kind of built the experiences that the tattooers don't have. I feel like that's the biggest problem in the industry, that a lot of shop owners been stuck in the shop so long, they don't know anything outside of tattooing, but everything outside of tattooing is what matters. From my perspective, it seems like that's why Kraft is so successful, is because you guys aren't tattooers. You guys can focus on everything else outside of tattooing and let the tattooers do their thing. I'm blessed to be able to dabble in both, you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like I do pretty well. But I love your guys' formula, because from what I've seen and heard, like, it seems like you guys kind of collided both worlds phenomenally.
I mean, regardless of the art, tattooing is a client base. You know what I mean? It's a client base art. You know what I mean? And it's pretty much the experiences that we create for the people. You know what I mean?
100%.
I feel like some artists get too into their own worlds that is just like, no, it's what I like.
Yeah,
fuck the client. I'm like,
sure.
bro, the client is paying you.
I feel like 90% of the process isn't even tattoo related. It's everything else. It's experience related. It's personality. It's, you know, making somebody feel comfortable. It's providing an experience for them.
A bottle of water.
Exactly.
A bottle of water.
The
you know what I
slightest
mean?
gestures go a long way, bro. I started giving people aftercare for free. We don't even sell it no more. I give it away because it just makes me feel like I'm doing something for them.
Of course.
And I feel like they're not leaving empty-handed, you know, aside from their tattoo. It's something in their hand. Like, just, even though it's a small gesture, it's just something like, you know, like,
that's the thing they will take.
I feel like the little things. One little thing ain't gonna do it, but if you add up 11, 12 little things, it builds up to this, you know, to a better presentation, a better experience.
It's a
and I feel like
based business, yeah.
No, the experience
100%.
part of things is pretty big, and you owning a space, I mean, being able to control that's big. Definitely a lot of artists, I mean, and again, respectfully, like, you know, we'll see somebody come in here. I can't imagine anyone really talking to me about like the business end of things, but it does remind me a lot of talking to Matt J or even Oscar about just like, hey, you got to factor in A, B, C, and then you're not even thinking about X, Y, Z over here. But I knew that you obviously went through several vetting processes. If you're sitting at this table, I think this is the 7th episode, and they're the only person who has not worked in this shop at all or even been in here to be on one.
Man,
so
I'm happy to be here though.
I knew for like just from that alone, you know what I mean? You got Angel for like, it felt like for goddamn ever, bro. I was just like, damn, Angel's gone.
I was gone for 2 weeks.
We love having him too, man. I mean, shit, bro. It's a beautiful industry that we could be in. That, you know, we could be all over the place, connect with people from all the way over here, bro. If it wasn't for tattooing, I probably would never step foot in Asbury in my life. Like, other than this, I would have never had a purpose to be here. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope that I'm here because it's like there's a reason to be here.
To that point, you were just saying you're not a convention guy. Meanwhile, Asbury Tattoo Fest every single year is very big. You know, we're fortunate enough to be able to kind of bring the culture there. It's in the hometown, whatever. But a lot of people do rely on that. Even Esteban, who is so freaking talented, man, he's just grinding tattoo conventions literally just to kind of be like, what's good? Like, I'm good at this stuff. I'm going to win a trophy. It's two totally different ends of the spectrum.
But I feel like different ways to skin the cat. You know what I mean?
Sure, 100%.
Some people take conventions differently. A lot of people that run shops, they make money at conventions because they run on the walk-in crowd. You know what I mean? But then when you have egotistic artists that don't have a client and don't want to take a walk-in crowd, then what the fuck you gonna do at a convention?
Yeah, waste your time.
So, or if you're an artist that wants to show the work, bro, the convention is at your hands. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't think nobody actually remembers who the fuck wins the trophies. Only you. You know what I mean? The next year will be another winner. The next year will be another winner. But like as an artist yourself, it's nice to have that. All right, well, I'm that dude. You know what I mean?
But I think it's an ego. That just sounds like an ego trip. Because at the end of the day, bro, like in my opinion, the reason I don't care for them, half the guys I've seen take home 11 trophies are a third as booked as me. And I'm not even leaving my comfort zone to do that. And it's like, I don't have nothing against conventions. I just, in my opinion, have a better outlet. Like, conventions are cool. But my thing with conventions is like, okay, you got 5,000 people in the door. You got a building of 5,000 people that you can be visible to today. My social media has 80,000 people that I can be visible to today. You know what I mean? I got videos that pull 1 million views all the time. And it's like, I just don't feel the need to do it. And honestly, bro, like, I just don't like... I've just never dabbled too deep into the industry. You know what I mean? I feel like part of what makes me successful is that I'm not too invested in the tattoo industry, bro. I'm more connected to the real world, like the actual world itself, where people aren't tattooers and they're not
the clients
involved with the culture. Exactly. Like I feel like most clients don't care for the culture. Most clients just want their tattoo and they want to go home.
They don't know.
And they want to go to somebody
product,
that they respect or that they like. You know what I mean? It's a product at the end of the day. It's a service at the end of the day. A lot of people forget we're not in the tattoo industry. We're in the service industry. You're servicing people, and people seem to forget that. So they make it about them. You know what I mean? Like it's an ego thing. Like I said, bro, they want this trophy. Like, oh my God, I got this trophy, and that's great. Like,
look, all my trophies.
Yeah, bro, like, it's great. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I just feel like you said, there's different ways to skin the cat.
Yeah.
My success don't have to match yours. As long as we both happy,
it's crazy.
Go about your life how you want it. You know, I just don't see the.
Bro,
it's just not for me.
I seen people cry.
Oh, me too. I've seen people.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, people, bro, it's not that deep.
I've seen people get heartbroken. I've been heartbroken, and then even winning them, it's like, all right, well. Whatever, whatever. It's there.
And literally, no, like I was saying, bro. Like, a big artist told me this. He was like, "Bro, Angel, don't worry about it. You're gonna win, and then nobody's really gonna know who won the trophy.
It doesn't matter to an extent. It's not the Grammys.
It's just a tattoo. You're gonna do another one tomorrow. They're gonna do another convention next week.
That's a fact. That's why I mean, like, man, what I really don't like either. If you really want to get technical, like, bro, they're rebranded bowling trophies. Like, most of those trophies, bro, are from the local trophy store that were originally made for, like, the best bowler in town or the best fisherman, and they just changed the logo and said, here you go, tattoo
world's
artist.
best tattoo artist.
Yeah, bro, like, I just don't put any value to it, man. Like, I just feel like I'd rather spend my time and efforts chasing.
Hell yeah.
You know, there's just bigger fish to fry, man. You know, like
with the social media reach now, bro. I feel like conventions are like not pointless, bro, but like you have so much reach on social media that you could make an event happen, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, conventions are very brick and mortar in a way, which is weird because you're going to an area you're never really going to get clients. Best case, they fly to you, they drive to you, but if you have good social media in a shop, they're going to do that anyways. So.
And even then, why would they do that when it's like, all right, like for example, the last convention I did do, Connecticut. a lot of people stopping in my booth. Wow, you guys are killing it. He was with us. Yo, people are over there. We built up crowds sometimes. It was 3 of us tattooing one guy. We had this fucking big motherfucker, my boy Chris, sitting there, enormous thigh. His thigh is the size of Angel's back. All
Bro,
3
huge.
of us tattooing him at the same time. We're building a crowd. Everybody's impressed. Why would any of them come to us if, as impressed as they are, there's 50 other people locally from that township in that same building?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm great. If you brought me a certain tattoo and you wanted exactly that, there's 10 other guys in this building that can flawlessly, you wouldn't be able to tell which one of us did it because all of us are very, very well articulated with our tattooing. You know what I mean? Like, we're all very skilled. We're all very accurate to a point. If all of us had to do the same portrait, you can barely tell which one of us did it. So it's like, I just don't like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. A lot of it doesn't make sense. And some people make it work. Some people thrive on it. Great. You know, like, I ain't knocking nobody. If it's for you, it's for you. But I just feel like I've never connected, you know, like, it's just never been my thing.
So you mentioned already about, I'm really curious about social media. I've seen you had several bangers over, you know,
Several
millions.
mils. Yeah.
Millies. So
Many.
like, I don't need, you know, magician to reveal any secrets, but like,
Bro, I feel like it was like what a year and a half ago when you was like, yo, bro, I got the key, figure it out.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, let me see.
Yo,
And then,
I
bro,
think I literally said that word for word. I was like, bro, I think I figured out the matrix. And
yo,
I
after
really
that
did.
day,
Because,
it's like,
I mean, it
boom,
works.
boom,
Yeah, bro.
boom.
Seriously, man. I mean, yeah, bro. It's just like, how do I explain it, man? It's too much to explain in like a sentence or a paragraph. You know what I mean, bro? Because at this point, there's years behind it, and it's just trial and error over and over. And the thing with social media that is beautiful but a curse at the same time, it's constantly changing. So technically, there is no mastering it because what works today doesn't work tomorrow. True. What worked for me a year ago, I already had to switch because if I just kept repeating it, it was just gonna die out, which it did. Like the first couple things I did to go viral stopped working, and then I had to figure something else out, and then that eventually led somewhere else, but then that stopped working too. And it's just a constant trial and error, man. And it's just a constant, like, it's a lot of learning, a lot of being inspired by other people. You know, I don't encourage biting and copying, but I do encourage being inspired and remixing. You know what I mean? Like, I do encourage people to seek inspiration from different places. You know, if you see something, like, what I like to do is like, bro, if it worked for a barber, I can remix that into a tattoo video. If it worked for a nail salon, I can remix that into a tattoo video. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily too much like to get from other artists just because then I feel like we're already kind of in the same niche. But like, where I really seek a lot of inspiration from is just honestly others, not even services. Cause like, bro, I've seen a video that worked pretty well that I got from like a trading card guy. It was like people doing like opening packs and shit like that. So like, I feel like there's inspiration that you can get from everything, and you got to just kind of follow what the trends are and just seeing where people are gravitating their attention towards, you know what I mean? And kind of morph that into your niche, you know? And like, there's just, it's really just attention and figuring out how to capture people's attention. Because the concept behind a reel is you have 3 seconds. Like, that's how that works. You have 3 seconds to capture a human being's attention. If you can't get it in 3 seconds.
Hold on. Hold that thought real quick. He's about to spill some real shit. All right. All right.
The formula, and I guess you could say, is like, it pretty much comes down to that. You have 3 seconds to capture somebody's attention. And you can see it in yourself, because I'm pretty sure you're like this all day. You're not like this. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's moving quickly. You need 3 seconds worth of high quality attention grabbing, and then you capture them. And then if they finish the video, that's great. If they don't, you got to go back to the drawing board. Instagram shows you how long they spent on your video. Instagram shows you at exactly what part of the video they left. So you got to analyze that. You got to go back and study that. You got to figure out what got boring to them, like what part here made them get out. And then you got to alter that. And you get, like I said, it's trial and error. You got to just keep figuring it out. The tools are there for everybody. People are just lazy to learn it. You know what I mean? People are just lazy to take the time out. And I get it, because after 7-8 hours of tattooing all day, who really wants to work more? You know what I mean? But it's kind of just like, you gotta do it. If you don't do it, you're just gonna get left behind. I know tattoo artists that are way better than me and not even half as booked as I am. I know artists that shit on me that can't charge what I charge.
They're tattooing for like $600-$700 low ball. People are lowballing them.
Yeah, bro.
If they're tattooing.
If they're even tattooing, exactly. And that's the problem, bro.
That's
Like,
the
they don't want to
crazy part.
adapt. And I feel like that's what's going to be everybody's downfall, is the stubbornness of adapting. You know, everybody wants to just stick to the guns, you know, stick to what they learned when they were brought up. But it's like, bro, we're in a different world. And I got to deal with that too, because all this time I'm spending, if you want to get technical, everything I've spent my time learning is going to go out the window in a year or two, because I'm going to have to learn something new. Yeah. And it's up to me whether I'm going to adapt to it or I'm going to get left behind. I'm personally the type of guy, I'm adapt to it, because it's like, what else I got to do, you know? I might as fucking well. Because if I don't, then the next guy's just going to be here on this table talking to you guys about how the other used to be, you know? Like, it's just life, bro. You either, you know, keep up or get left behind. That's it. It's just,
man. Sounds like you kind of have a knack for that, though. I mean, it's almost like, do you, like, enjoy that aspect of things?
I hate it. Nah, I hate it passionately, bro.
It's kind of like
I enjoy growth. I enjoy success. I enjoy, you know, progress. I enjoy looking back and seeing myself further than I was before. So that's the drive. But if I'm being honest, bro, I hate it. Like I said, bro, I used to sell drugs. Like, I used to stay away from cameras. I had to adapt to being in front of a camera all day now. You know what I mean? Like, a couple years ago, I would tell people, yo, get the fucking camera off me. Like, I don't want to be on it. Now it's like, I have to, because now it's like, what I'm selling is legal. What I'm selling is socially acceptable. So, like, I want to be out there because that's how I'm going to get more clients. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a big transition. And honestly, like, if it was up to me, bro, I would just go home and spend time with my kid. But sometimes I got to multitask, because while I got him on this arm, I got the phone on this arm, and I'm trying to play both, you know? And I make it work, but it's a lot. It's a lot of dedication, and it's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of headache. It's a lot of deception, you know? Like I said, it's trial and error. You know, it hurts. It almost hurts your heart to fail 100 times before that one time works. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, you feel like you finally got it, and in a couple months, that shit don't work again. And now it's like, fuck, I got to figure this out again. Yeah. And then you get it, and it's just going to keep happening, because eventually it's not going to work.
Now,
you know?
will you consider yourself, like, in a mouse wheel? You know what I mean? Like, once you start going on it and, like, shit, now I would do that one, and I would do that one, and I would do that one.
Do you think about it like that? Or is it something like...
On a personal level, yes. Just because I have a lot of vices that I feel like keep me stuck in life. I feel like in my career, no. Just because, like, I don't look at it like I'm on a wheel, because every year I feel like I've excelled where I was the year before, so I can't be on the same wheel. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm on a wheel, but every year I'm switching to the bigger wheel, the more luxurious wheel. Yeah. I'm getting on a nicer wheel. Last year was a Toyota wheel. This year's a Mercedes wheel. Yeah. So at least there's growth. You know what I mean? Like, in my personal life, I do often feel like I'm kind of in a loop, just because I have some vices and some, you know, like some bad habits, some bad decisions I've made that, you know, probably keep me stuck more than I should be, you know. But I mean, we're growing, we're working to grow past that too, you know, and get somewhere else.
You have a lot of different areas you're in between, like owning the place, actually tattooing, you're checking out social media, and then to me, and this is just how I think, like the whole idea of developing community, I think is probably one of the most important things anyone can be doing, like Absolutely. In modern day, man.
100%, bro.
Shit's pretty crazy out here right now.
It is, man. It's
so it's like having your people, and you mentioned this way earlier on. Big motivation was basically being able to like offer some training, get someone off on the right foot versus just being in a shop and fending for yourself.
100%, bro. And even to this day, I take apprentices for free. If I apprentice somebody, I'm not charging nothing. I'm not forcing them to clean the floors. Like, I try to pass it on the same way. You know what I mean? Like, I look at it like I left the shop I was at in the first place because of how much I hated it. So when I try to welcome somebody into this community or this industry, like, I don't want them to be greeted the way I was. You know what I mean? I want them to be greeted, like, warmth and welcoming, you know what I mean? Like, because like it almost, I feel like for example, like I said, like I don't even want to say a name because I don't mean no disrespect, but like the way the shop that I was brought into at first, like it almost made me hate the industry. Like I contemplated like, okay, maybe I'm going the wrong way, maybe I need to figure something else out, or maybe I need to go buy another pound and flip that shit, or maybe I gotta think about what I'm doing here because this might not be it. But I mean, something just kept driving me in this direction, so I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's keep going. And then it just came down to the point where the only option was either open my own shop or not do this because I really didn't like where it was. And I really didn't like the I guess the environment.
Their culture, it sounds like.
Now, what do you think? I mean, personally, when I went to your shop, bro, my life changed.
I love to hear it, bro. That's what we do it for, baby.
I learned how to tattoo like down south, you know, outline, shading, whatever, and then I seen you bang out pieces, boom, boom. At that time, 1,200, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Everybody was driving a Benz. that wheel, but I told this guy like next year I'm coming with my Benz,
and you did it, bro. That's what we love to see. Like,
and then that year I was
that's
like,
what it's about, bro.
Yo, we spoke about sitting down on a table and talking. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna make it happen by the next year.
Hell yeah,
There we
bro.
are.
And people talk shit about that materialistic shit, but I feel like, bro, those are trophies. Like that's what we you know, like
That's
those are the
the
trophies.
trophy, yeah.
That's the trophies I like. Conventions ain't gonna give me a Mercedes and a Rolex. You know what I mean? But you know, like this hard fucking work and these views on Instagram sure fucking might.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
so as much as some people knock it, bro, like that's where my attention is because that's where the results I see come from. You know
Bro.
what I mean? Like.
And when you have friends like that, bro, like it only inspires you. You know what I mean? Like you have to be a
100%.
salty motherfucker to look at him and be like, oh, why him and not me? Instead of looking at him like, yo, what? Let me hang out with him and shit like that. Let me learn what he's doing.
Now, some-
You know what I mean?
Some people do just have a way of elevating other people. It's actually a big part
It's
of
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I've personally known these guys for a long time. I know Angel. I mean, you've been here what? A couple
I don't know. I feel
years
like
now?
I've known you forever.
That's what I was saying the last time. One day I was like, bro, I feel like you've been here since day
Yeah.
one sometimes. But
That's how you know you got a good relationship going on, man.
But I
It's
gotta
a-
say,
it's a
bro,
beautiful thing.
besides the whole business and the movement and everything like that, I think it's you. As a personal level, your
Yeah.
energy
Yep.
carries a lot, bro. And I tell
Thank you.
everybody in your shop, I'm like, bro, you gotta take care of Dinero because his energy brings opportunity to everybody.
I
You know
wish
what I
more
mean?
people saw it like that, but I agree. I
Eh.
definitely, to a point. I mean, my goal is at the end of the day to uplift. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like, I don't have people around me that I feel like can lift me. So my perspective is lift everybody else and they can push. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
If nobody can lift, they can push. You know, like bro, the higher I get, the more I pull people up.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's all we can do. You know what I mean? Like unfortunately, I don't have people around me that I can feel like I can seek guidance from. You know what I mean? So I feel like that adds extra pressure because I
you
feel like a
still
lot of
do it.
people are looking up to me and a lot of people are dependent on me. And I got a lot of mouths to feed. And you know, man, I even feel bad when I can't take care of everybody. You know, like it's especially like right now. I feel like we're in a time in the industry where
It's
there's a combination of things
changing.
going on that I feel like are fucking a lot of people over. Like not just a bad economy, the industry to its sense is like a little oversaturated, and then I feel like you got because of social media, there's so many options for people. So now it's like, you know what I mean? Most people don't even go local anymore. Like I said, most of my clients travel.
Just travel,
so like
yeah.
I just feel like there's so many reasons why the industry is in a little speed bump right now. And it's like unfortunate because like I can't take care of everybody the way that I would want to all the time. But I mean, we still making it work, man. I got guys that started with zero and are doing multiple full day sessions a week.
Yeah.
I got guys that just came to America that don't even speak English yet, banging out
Banging
3-4
out
full day
amazing
sessions a week.
pieces, too.
I got dudes charging, you know, over $1,000, well over $1,000, and they haven't even been in America for 3-4 months. You know what I mean? We do what we can. We can't do everything. You know, we're not superheroes, but we can try, and that's the
And it
best
takes
thing we can do, bro.
one type of motherfucker to do that, bro. And
I mean, yeah, like I said, I already kind of knew. I had very little expectation today because I don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
It's usually kind of safe, you know, the people here, but like I had a feeling, like pretty much, I had a feeling this conversation would be this way, and that would kind of have the personality to do. Because I was like, otherwise, you probably wouldn't be in here.
Yeah.
Speaking of just people to work with, I mean, I know those guys are just excited to have you here, right? And I know Angel said nothing but good things. So to
Happy
me,
to be here.
like I'm saying, like I think you end up here for a reason. You say sometimes it's like whether you feel like you're not doing enough or like what else can I do? I mean, I don't know. You're here right now. You know what I mean? You're kind of doing, as far as I can see, eye test. You're doing everything you can, right?
Yeah,
So
bro. And I mean, that's what brought me here too, bro. Like, I feel like the key is to just try new and more things. You know what I mean? Like, what can you lose from trying? You can only gain. Even if you don't gain something specifically, you gained experience, you gained, you know, like a little more knowledge. You gain something out of every situation, you know? And like, you know, it just felt like an opportunity worth taking. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it, man. Nice conversation, nice coffee next door, you know? Hanging out with my boy.
yeah, man.
Sad to see him leave already. He was with us for 2 weeks and he's
oh,
gone.
dude, wait! I stole your key, bro.
Yo, yeah, I need that. Good looks. I actually just remembered something that I feel really bad about now too.
The machine.
No,
What?
there was a light and a lens on Kevin's station. Was that yours?
I don't think so.
Nah. Oh shit.
'Cause I have my
so
light
I'm
and my
good.
lens.
You got
Yeah,
your
you're
light and your
safe.
lens?
Yes.
Okay, all right, word. I thought
But if
that-
you want to throw it this way, bro.
I meant to hit you up yesterday to ask. I just forgot.
Nah,
but
bro,
yeah,
it's-
there was a lens and a light on his station that he thought might have been yours because you tatted there one day. But yeah, okay, if not,
Yeah,
whatever.
nah, I
We'll
think
pass that.
I got it here. Nah,
Cool,
yeah,
cool. Glad to
freaking.
hear
I
it.
always take his keys, bro. Like,
It's all good, bro.
Yeah, I saw you had it. You had the key.
No worries, no
Well,
worries.
bro, I actually don't even want to. I got the sign But dude, I mean, I hope to see you more at some point. I know
Yeah,
you got
man,
a
I
whole
would like to
whole
come
ass
guest by
shop,
here one day,
but-
bro. Definitely hang out with you guys. You feel me? I got a lot of South Jersey clients, so I'm pretty sure this commute would probably be a little better for them too.
I mean, I think that'd be awesome, man. But either way, I just appreciate you even coming on. It's
Of course,
actually
bro.
really interesting.
I appreciate you
to-
guys having me, man. It was
Hell
definitely worth the drive, bro.
All right, Dinero, thanks,
Anytime.
bro.
No
Thank
doubt,
you,
man.
Dinero.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all.